This could be the most important card you carry on your travel adventures, and today I'm going to tell you why everybody should have one of these cards with them on their travel adventure. Let's get started. Hi everyone, it's Eunice from Theory of Simple, and this is the channel that has you prepared for anything on your travel adventure because travel adventure favors the prepared. Today we're going to talk about something that could turn your trip upside down, and that is losing your passport while you're overseas and how you can save yourself a lot of time and a lot of trouble. Your passport is one of the most important documents that you have. It's going to show not only your identity but your citizenship to whatever country it is associated with. That being said, if this gets lost on your travel adventures, this could be a world of hurt, but I'm going to show you how you are able to prepare yourself to save yourself from these hassles. The number one thing you want to think about on your passport when you're traveling is which countries are going to require you to have your original passport on you when you're on your travel adventures. For example, places like China, Russia, Japan, they require you to have your original passport with you at all times. However, there are countries, many of them in Europe, that say you can have a copy with you. Now, by law, you're supposed to have the original, but a lot of countries will allow you to get away with a copy of it if you are stopped. But for some people, they don't like to carry their passport around in case it gets lost or stolen. And that's really pretty smart unless you have to carry it around. So there's one thing that I like to do before my travel adventures is number one, you're going to want to take your passport and you're going to want to make a copy of this back page. There's a barcode on here that you want to copy and keep it into a secure file, either in the cloud or on your phone, so that you have that. And you may even want to take a picture of your passport page. So taking a picture of your passport page is another, safe way to have something. And I usually keep it in color just so I have that. And I keep that in the cloud or some safe file that I need a password to get into, so it's not just out there. And that means I'll have access to it, whether it's my phone, my tablet, or my computer. And then sometimes I'll take a physical copy with me, depending on where I'm going. And that works great if you need it, if you can go around with your, copy of your passport. But like I said, check where you're going to make sure you don't need the original. If you need the original, you need the original, carry it with you. So where does this card come into play and what is it? This is a passport card. When you order your passport, you can order a passport card, or if you already have a passport, you can get a passport card. And I'll put a link in the video description as to where you can get this. This is also issued by the US government. It is an ID and shows citizenship. However, you cannot take this card and use it to go into other countries other than by land or by sea to Canada, Mexico, Bermuda, and the Caribbean. If you're going by land or by sea into those countries, this is the card you want to use. However, you want to still take this with you on your travel adventures, because if you lose this, this is going to help you get to the embassy and get an emergency passport so that you can travel and get back home. What it won't let you do is, check into the airport or anything like that, not in a foreign country, but like I said, between US, Mexico, Canada, Bermuda, and the Caribbean, by land or by sea, this is good. But you want to take this on your travel adventures. I leave this along with the credit card where I booked my flight in a safe or locked up somewhere in my hotel room. Because again, if I lose this, at least I have some way to get to an embassy and get something. Why can't you use your driver's license? Well, your driver's license proves your identity, shows you can drive in the United States. It does not prove citizenship. So when you go to the embassy, yes, can you use your driver's license in a pinch? And can you use a photocopy of your actual passport? Yes, but they'd like to see something like a physical copy of something like this that's a government issued document or a card that's going to show your proof of citizenship so they can get you a passport, a new passport for emergencies much quicker. So this way, even if I'm traveling in the United States and I don't have my passport necessarily with me, but I have my wallet with me, and my wallet is lost or stolen, I keep this in my hotel room. This will allow you to travel within the United States throughout all the U.S. airports and use this as a form of identification to get you on your flight. So that way, like I said, if your wallet's stolen, you have your credit card and your ID in there. By having my credit card that I purchased my flight on and this, I'm able to go ahead and get on my flight. So some airlines will say, hey, you can check in with the actual credit card that you used to purchase, or some places will say, put in your ID. You'll want to be able to put one or both of those into one of those machines that reads and gets your boarding pass and things for you, or to give to the person checking you in so that they can identify you. So that way, at least you can get home. If you're in the United States and you've lost your ID, your wallet, you can at least take this, get home, and start the whole process of actually getting your driver's license or anything back. And if you're overseas, like I said, this is going to expedite you being able to get an emergency passport so that you can get on with your trip and on with maybe getting to your destination, coming back home. I want to put this in quick to emphasize. There are airlines in Europe and Asia that will only give you a boarding pass if you have the original credit card that you purchased the ticket with. Even if you have your passport or passport card, they will not issue you a boarding pass. So always remember to keep your original credit card that you purchased your ticket with your passport or something. Lock these up in the safe, unless of course you have to travel around with this one. That way, if your wallet or something is stolen, this credit card's not in there. So I always carry two credit cards, one that I keep, that I purchased my airline ticket on, and another one that I will use out on my travel adventures. So make sure you keep these together, and that way you'll be sure to be able to check in and get your boarding pass on certain airlines in certain countries. So what should you do if you lose your passport or get stolen while you're overseas? Number one, you're going to contact the local police and make a police report, and then you're going to ask them for a copy of the police report. Next, you're going to go to the U.S. Embassy or consulate, and you're going to let them know, hey, here's my driver's license, whatever you have, and the police report, and show them, hey, this was stolen or lost, and I need to get a new emergency passport. Now, here is where that passport card comes in really handy. By having your driver's license and all that, they will be able to get you an emergency passport. It could take a while though. So how does this come into play? This is going to save you a lot of time because you have an actual document of you that has your picture on it and all your information on this. They're going to be able to get you a new passport much quicker versus if you just have your driver's license and maybe a copy of your passport. So it could save you hours, maybe even days, to be able to get that emergency passport. So it's always important to have this somewhere so you have another form of citizenship, not just ID, but citizenship to take with you. All right, so my best practices are, if you're in a country and you need to carry this physical copy with you, make sure that this is back locked up safely with, again, I would take the credit card where I probably purchased my flight. And if you only have one credit card, you probably have it on you, but that way you at least have this and it'll allow you to get to the embassy and get your passport in an emergency. And for domestic flyers in the United States, this can be used as a way to get you on and off your flight in the United States. It replaces a real ID. It replaces your driver's license. So if those are lost or stolen, I always travel with two pieces of identification just for those reasons where, something's lost or stolen. And that way, at least I have a way to, get a new one or get back and start the whole hassle of, reporting and getting everything straightened out in the end. So how do you get one of these passport cards? Well, I'm going to leave a link in the video description so you can order yours and it'll get to you. It comes with an RFID sleeve, so keep it in there. And if you don't like that one, I keep it in one like this. It just is a little bit nicer looking. I keep my credit card in one too, so that way they're always protected, but keep everything in an RFID sleeve, and that way you'll have it protected and safe for you in case something unfortunate happens on your overseas travel adventure. Well, if you like this video about how to replace your passport and stay safe on your travel adventures, do me a favor and give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos that I put out on travel gear, hacking, and anything that has you prepared for anything on your travel adventures, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. It'll let you know when I put out another wacky travel video. Remember, folks, travel adventure favors the prepared. Remember to keep everything safe on your travel adventures. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.